Break the wheel. Make it stop.
Hello again, gentle viewers, and welcome back to another episode of The Broken Wheel. In this episode, we'll be learning about both of Rand al'Thor's biological parents, but mostly his mother, simply because there is more information on her than there is on Rand's father. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so to help the channel grow. But with all that said, let our journey begin again. The woman that would give birth to the Dragon Reborn was born Tigraine Mantear in the year 950 NE. She was the daughter of Queen Shaiel Mantear of the Kingdom of Andor, and therefore daughter heir to the Lion Throne. We are not given a full description of what she looked like, but being of Andoran royalty, she most likely had fair skin and blonde hair. Nothing is known about Tigraine's father, but she did have a younger brother named Luke Mantear. Tigraine's personal symbol was a woman's hand holding the thorny stem of a white rose. As tradition for the daughter heir of Andor, Tigraine was sent to study with the Aes Sedai at the White Tower when she was 16. She spent a year learning about leadership, politics, and governance from the Aes Sedai to prepare her for the day she would rule Andor. Though she had no ability to channel the one power, the Aes Sedai gifted her a great serpent ring. In the year 968 NE, the conflict between Andor's neighbor to the east, Chiron, came to an end. As part of the peace treaty that Queen Mordrellin negotiated with King Lemon Damodred of Chiron, Tigraine was to marry King Lemon's nephew, Taringail. They were married that same year, though neither had any love for the other, and the marriage was hard on Tigraine. She still did her duty for the sake of her mother and people. In the year 970 NE, Tigraine gave birth to a son, Galadriel Damodred. If the name Damodred sounds familiar, it's because it is the same family Moraine is from. In the book series, Taringail is Moraine's half-brother. In the following year of 971 NE, Luke Mantear would disappear from the capital city of Camelin just before he was to come of age to be named First Prince of the Sword. Queen Mordrellin's Aes Sedai advisor, Jitara Boroso, had a foretelling that Luke should seek glory in the Great Blight. Upon hearing this, Luke would join a raid into the Great Blight from the borderlands and never be seen again. Tigraine and her mother would never truly get over this loss. The Wheel would have similar plans for her, for Jitara Sedai would have another foretelling a year later regarding Tigraine. The old Aes Sedai would tell her that she needed to go west to the Aiel Waste and become a Far Deris Mai, a maiden of the spear. If she did not, then the world would suffer greatly. Tigraine Mantear would disappear that following night. This lack of an heir to the Lion Throne would lead to the Third Andoran Succession War. The woman that was once Tigraine Mantear would be adopted by the Chumai Sept of the Ter-Dad Aiel clan. She would take the name Shaiel, meaning one who is dedicated in the old tongue. Despite not being born an Aiel, she would join the Aiel all-woman warrior society, the Maidens of the Spear. Shaiel never spoke of her life before taking up the spear to anyone, except to say she left behind a son she loved and a husband she did not. At some point in the following 3 years, she would fall in love with the Ter-Dad clan chief Janduin. It's believed that Shaiel wanted to marry him but would not because of Jitara Sedai's foretelling. While Maidens of the Spear can have relations with men, they are married to the spear. Any maiden wishing to get married must first give up the spear and leave the Far Deris Mai. Fearing not being a maiden would cause the suffering Jitara Sedai warned about, Shaiel would not ask Janduin to marry her. All that's really known about Janduin is that he was a natural leader and the youngest man to become a clan chief. He was also able to end the centuries-long blood feud between the Ter-Dad and Nakai clans, as well as make an alliance with the Rhine. It's believed that Janduin would have united more of the Aiel clans, but the Wheel had other plans. In the year 975 NE, the Aiel would seek retribution against the king of Chiron, Lamin Damodred, for cutting down the Chora tree Avenduraldirer. I have no idea if I said that right, to make himself a new throne. This tree was sacred to the Aiel, and Janduin was the natural choice to lead 4 Aiel clans, some 70 to 80,000 warriors, to claim Lamin's head. This would begin the conflict that would become known as the Aiel War. In the third year of the war, 978 NE, Shaiel would become pregnant with Janduin's child. Still fearing Jatara's prophecy, she refused to give up the spear and returned to the Aiel waste as Aiel law required of all women with child. Such was Janduin's love for her, he could not refuse Shaiel anything and did not order her back to the Threefold Land. On the third day of the Battle of the Shining Wall, the Aiel would finally find King Lamin and behead him. Their objective accomplished, the Aiel would make a swift yet well-organized retreat back to the Threefold Land. On the slopes of the giant volcano of Dragon Mount, Shaiel would die giving birth to the boy that would grow up to be the Dragon Reborn. This is different from the TV series that shows Shaiel suffering a mortal wound in battle and then being helped by Tam Althor as she is giving birth. Janduin was destroyed upon hearing of the death of Shaiel and their child. He renounced his position as clan chief, something no clan chief had ever done, and traveled north to the Great Blight, seeking an honorable death fighting Shadowspawn. Those that went with him say he encountered a man that looked like Shaiel and that Janduin let himself be struck down. It's possible this man was Tigraine Mantear, but no one knows for certain. Tigraine is based off of the mother of King Arthur Pendragon, Igraine. Aside from their similar names, they both had sons from a man that was not her husband, and were also destined for greatness. In the TV series, Tigraine is played by Magdalena Sitov. I really hope I said that right. So I hope you've enjoyed this look into the biological parents of Rand al'Thor. If you like this content, consider leaving a like or a comment below. Thank you for watching, and may the light be with you.